I gotta sit up. Okay. I've never been on this before. Okay. How do I share this? Put this. Oh, my fucking feet hurt, bruh. What's up, y'all? Give me 1 second. Let me get the law together. I'm all over the place, man. Censorship is really at its highest, bruh. That's crazy to me. Meet me on no. Let me send this to myself. I think it's about the place. Copy. Bro, why it's not working, bro? YouTube. Enter URL. Let me just send it to myself. Bruh, I know, right? Like, that's so crazy to me. Hold on, let me send this to myself really quickly so I can get everybody over here. Like, this shit crazy. It don't make no sense, bro. And now it don't want to work, bro. Like, great. Fucking great. Oh, my God, bro. This is going to be, like, a lot. Getting used to. We going to start in, like, 2 minutes. Just let me figure this out really quickly. Because I'm trying to get the link on my bio so I could just tell people. It was glitching. They're censoring me, y'all. Like, it's so crazy how bad they're censoring me. And I really was about to get into it. And now I'm going to get even further into it now. Because I'm mad. Now I'm mad. Like, so now I'm really, and I don't think YouTube going to ban me. All right, let me put live now. I'm going to be live from 3. I'll be live for 3 hours. 3 hours is calm. I'll probably end a little early, but live now, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. YouTube. Now, all right, boom. And let me put that there. That there. Link in bio. All right. Please enter a valid URL. Is it not a valid URL? Done. All right, almost done. YouTube live 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. YouTube now. All right, how everybody feeling? I know this is a lot, bro. I'm stressed the fuck out, bro. That shit just pissed me the fuck off. All right, let me record this video. All right, chat. All right, y'all. So I'm going live on YouTube, and we're going to talk about the EP files, the Zodiac energy, and we're going to get into this and all the other shit. They banned me on TikTok, so we're going to move over to YouTube. They got some of you already in here. Just click the link in my bio. It's the first one. We're going to be here from 3 to 6 p.m. See, they here from TikTok. So join me up. If you bored, don't got nothing to do, and you want to hear what I got to say. All right, y'all. So I'm going live on YouTube, and we're going to talk about the EP files, the Zodiac energy, and we're going to get into this and all the other shit. They banned me on TikTok, so we're going to move over to YouTube. I ain't gonna lie. I hate TikTok now. Like, for real. Like, that shit is so annoying. All right, y'all. So I'm going live on YouTube. That shit's so annoying. The EP files, the Zodiac energy, and we going to get into this, bro. I can't even get into all my think pieces right now, bro, because like I've been doing research on the Holocaust, and like I'm trying to figure out if like what they lie about everything. So I'm trying to figure out if it happened for real. And you feel me? Sources is saying otherwise, but you know, if I say what I really gotta say, they're gonna cut me off. They're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, he's done. Ban his account." Anti-Semitism. All right, y'all. What's up? Let's get into this. I'm a little irritated, so apologize if I have an attitude, but I'm upset. I'm frustrated because I feel like I didn't even, which is like yesterday when I posted 2 days yesterday when I posted about the Epstein files. I like there's people in my comments literally trying to argue with me. If you're not going to speak about it, don't speak about it at all. Bitch, how about you go do the fucking research? Bitch, you got a motherfucking Google. Open your fucking notebook and get it done. And they sitting there arguing with me. Little do y'all know the reason why I'm not saying his name, which is the exact same reason why I should have just ignored it. And I'm so mad. Oh, I'm so fucking mad, bro. Cause I literally was waiting for my live like for 3 days. And like it's like anytime you say the name Epstein or you say the name motherfucking Trump or you talk about the fucking files, you literally just get decimated. Like literally, like I know people that losing their account behind this shit, and that shit is so frustrating because it's like, bitch, how are you gonna flag me for misinformation when I'm reading from a motherfucking direct source? Like, exactly. They want for me to be pissed off, bro. I gotta channel my energy. I gotta play my hurts. I'm about to order a couple of things. I'm just irritated, bro. I'm so irritated, bro. Give me a second. Yo, because they literally banned me for another 3 days. Like, that shit is so gaslighting, bro. That shit is so gaslighting. Like, the creator of TikTok, yes, bro. Like, it literally, I promise you it is, because we, like, respectfully, we have been, when you look at the metrics, we literally have been on the For You page every single day for the past month. Like, kid you not, if I show you my insights every single day the past month, every single day I've had a viral video. If it hasn't gone viral that same day, it went viral the second day. But that's not the point. The point is that ever since I got posted on Fox News, everything changed. Everything changed. Everything changed. Everything changed because and you know what I'm starting to believe? I'm starting to believe that they didn't post me on Fox News to like congratulate me in a sense. You know what I'm saying? They didn't post me on Fox News to like, you know what I'm saying? They didn't post me on Fox News to just give me a pound of back. They really post me on Fox News to be like, hey, there's a nigga, here's the nigga. Like, and I know it sounds crazy, but nigga, it's not crazy, bro. It's not crazy. They really be posting people to try to it's like an invisible sign. Like, you just think that they post you, oh my God, Fox News. No, they post you because they want whomever is looking to see that he's the trouble one. He's the one that's fucking up. He's the one that's doing this. He's the one that's doing that. So when they platform me and they put me on first of all, Fox News is literally a Republican. Hey Siri, is Fox News a Republican news channel? Conservative. Like, literally. So why the fuck is my thing is this? Why is y'all posting me on a Republican? It says it's Fox News is described as a conservative media as providing biased reporting in favor of conservative political positions, the Republican Party and President Donald Trump. Why, you tell me this? If the goal is to use ICE to get the illegals out the country, you tell me, why would I, a Democrat, a person who's very like, you go to my page, you go to my motherfucking page, the first video you see is a slavery thing about how they used to eat us. The second thing you see is vote blue. I'm literally the exact opposite of what should even be on there. So my thing is this: why would you post me on a Republican leaning platform, nigga, to let niggas know that, oh, he's the problem, he's exposing the truth? So now, like, and I've been doing so good. I've been doing so good. I feel I'm just scared I'm gonna lose my account, bro. And I really don't have the patience to lose an account again, bro. I don't have the patience, bro. Which is why I don't like to talk about the Epstein files here on TikTok Live. But we're here, so let's talk about the Epstein files. Let me sit the fuck up. Oracle trying to silence you. They hate me. Oracle don't like me because one day I'm gonna expose the truth, and I'm really gonna put this piece. I'm doing a whole think piece on Oracle. I'm doing like 5 think pieces at the same time, and I just bounce back every day. I focus on something new. It's just like, it's a breath of fresh air. But I don't believe there's a lot of inconsistencies when we're talking about what happened during the Holocaust. Not saying that it didn't happen, but what I am saying is the original Jews were black. They came from Africa. They were Berber Jews. And it's crazy because when you dive into what a Berber Jew is, and the people who are Berber Jews, the person who we speaking about yesterday, Amelia Bassano, the pioneer behind Shakespeare, she was not a white man. She was a black woman. So if the people in that area, like you feel what I'm saying? Like they purposefully in that area separated them and moved them aside. You know what I'm saying? And that's where the frustration for me is, because how you gonna kick people out the land of where the original people in the land that they call Israel and shit like that never belonged to those Jews that you see repping it to their heart. I don't know where all that shit is coming from, where all that bullshit they be doing, they're playing in the religion's face. They not real Jews. They're not real Jews. They're not real Jews, because they know real Jews is all the Jews in Israel are literally Zionists, bro. They're literally Zionists. They're teaching their kids to be just like them. I swear to God, they're teaching their kids to be just fucking like them. There is no reason. Let's get into these files. Fuck, I'm tired of talking. Let's talk about this. First thing, in 2014, there was a. Let me pull up my motherfucking notes, because I got the files in my motherfucking bio. So let me hold on. Let me find it. First of all, and I'll just start off by saying this. In 2014, there was an email sent out between it was some. I think it was like a group of people that were from Israel, that really high-ranking people from Israel, and then there was also another thing of people who were from, where are they from? I don't know. I think it was Jeffrey Epstein or some shit like that. Saved this base for research. Exactly. What's going on is that they planned to do the Palestinian genocide. They planned, that whole shit was planned. They planned that shit in 2014. I saw the emails. They planted on Epstein Island. How they gonna take that? That wasn't even all of it. Hold on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just read to y'all. Let me pull it up. I'm tired of talking out my motherfucking jaw. Where's these files at? In 2014. Damn, I screenshot a lot of shit. All right. In 2014, I'm about to pull it up right now. Jeffrey Epstein and Palatinar's CEO. I don't know what Palitinar is. Can somebody tell me what Palitinar is? Palitinar CEO Peter Thiel, they were discussing a plan that would destroy Iraq, Iran, Libya, Syria, Palestine, Lebanon, and Egypt for the sake of Israel. And this was 2014 at 3:35 a.m. So when you ask me, remember, what's up, yo? Remember, I'm always going to tell y'all, there is a religion that is hidden from us in the world. Let's not really not categorize it as religion. Let's really categorize it as a philosophy. There's a philosophy that is not platformed, and that is numerology. When we talk about the concept of numerology, we talking about this. Look, let's search it up. Numerology. When we're talking about numerology, we basically talking about the belief in a mystical relationship between numbers and life events, using calculations from names and birth dates to reveal personality, destiny, and life paths. Often seen as a tool for self-discovery to astrology, it works by assigning numerical values to letters and reducing dates, identifying core numbers like the life path number from birthday and the destiny number from name, to understand the individual's traits and challenges through a considered pseudoscience. So basically, when we talk about the idea of numerology, remember, it just said, and I quote, it just said reducing dates. Do you know what that means? They can manipulate time through numerology. That's why it's powerful. Remember, I always say you are what you put numbers into. Exactly. Just like coding, where you're sitting there designing, every one of those numbers matter. When you're doing anything, numbers matter, period. Which is why they created the sense of math, because they wanted to bring out, they wanted to bring out the idea of numerology. You feel me? You got to understand, we are what we put power into. So when we talk about the concept of time, Earth didn't create that. We did as man-made. So that means we have the power to change it. If the Earth only runs on a frequency, Earth only runs on frequency, balance, frequency, balance, patterns. What's my other two? I say it all the time and I forgot it. Frequency, balance, energy, and repetition. Those is what the Earth balances on. We created time, and we created math to bring more power to that energy. So let's talk about why numerology matters. Because when you see letters like 11, when you see 111, or you see 1111, or you see 222, you see 444, those are numbers that have power. But there's specific numbers that matter. Hold on. Grab my notes. The numbers that matter are 20, 28, 13, 1, 8, 15, 22, 21, and 365, I believe. The reason why I say that is 28 represents the day 28. Day 28 is the dark moon. The dark moon is basically there's no light in the sky and the eye turns inward. So meaning on the day 28, every single person has their own day 28. So when we talk about the concept of not numerology, when we talk about the concept of, hold on, let me gather my thoughts. Your birthday. When we hear somebody constantly say, hey, we're all our own gods. The reason why they're referring to that is because we're all in our own. No, not date. When we talk about day 28, it's not February 28th. It's not the February for 20. Each person has their own day 28. My day 28 is different from your day 28. And I'm explaining to you how we're going to get there. Now, when we talk about the concept of, it says, no light in the sky, the eye turned inwards. That means, you ever heard anybody say that we have black holes in our eyes? That's basically on day 28, the dark moon. That's when our black hole activates. So instead of looking outward, we start looking inward. Every single person has three eyes, 2 right here and 1 in the middle of your brain. Let me show you a picture of it. I could show you a diagram. I got it in my phone. This is the third eye, is because it's the scientific name for the third eye is the pineal gland. The pineal gland is, hold on, let me turn my phone sideways. This is the pineal gland right here. Right here. This blue part right here, that's the pineal gland. That's your third eye. Your third eye is what connects you to your spirit, the spirit realm. The spirit realm is how when you're in darkness. So for instance, Ophiuchus, if you are in the dark, right? If you are in the dark, you activate your DMT. Your DMT is your spirit molecule. That is why people who are born in the Ophiuchus time period, and that would be during November 23rd to December 18th, that they are the ether signs. That's when the veil is the smallest. Now, that's a good question. How will we access as an Ophiuchus? Real quick question. Everybody in the chat, tell me what your sign is, and I'll go down the line. Everybody in the chat, tell me what their sign is, and I'll go down. I'll do based off everybody who's in the chat. Capricorn. Hold on. Capricorn, Gemini, March 6th. Don't tell me the date. Just tell me your sign for right now. Before we get to what that means, matter of fact, let's do our day 28s right now. Everybody grab a piece of paper. So boom, I'm about to teach you what your specific day 28. Your day 28 is most important because it's when your eye turns inward. Specifically, when everybody tells us that you are your own God, you are what you put power into, they're talking about the realm in which we live in. We may live in the matrix together, but we individually live in our own worlds, our own lives. We all have our different life paths. So that means every single thing is supposed to be different. So when we talk about our day 28, that is the day that you're most available to the spirit realm. So, and also another thing is, every woman is an Ophiuchus, believe it or not. Let me explain to you why that is. Because the Ophiuchus sign means, matter of fact, the Ophiuchus sign means that you are the gate. Let me tell you why that is, the Ophiuchus sign. Now, physically, according to astrology, you're not technically, physically an Ophiuchus, but spiritually you are, because the Ophiuchus is the portal. They are the gatekeeper. They are the ones that connect the physical realm to the spirit realm, because they were born when the veil was the thinnest. Because you're a woman, guess what? What happens when you give birth? When you give birth and you're a woman and you give birth, you are reaching into the spirit realm to collect the soul, to attach that soul to your child. There is no way your child would be able, y'all overlook. They try to simplify pregnancy for you. Listen. They try to make it seem like you have sex, you get pregnant for 9 months, and boom, you have the baby. That's not what it is. It's a very intricate process.
This is not, it takes time. Why do you think it takes 9 months? Because you are going into the spirit realm. Notice how people who are pregnant, they have a lot more dreams. They have a lot more hormones. Your hormones are they try to make it seem like your hormones are just what keeps your body flowing. No, your hormones are a sign of spirit. That is your spiritual energy. That is your molecule, your body giving you certain endorphins and chemicals that allow you to access higher and lower levels. Let me tell you exactly why that is. A baby is the most smartest thing in the entire world when it comes to the human species, because before the baby comes out into the real world, when they're a baby, we teach them the way of life we were taught. We are continuing to teach this broken society in which they are. Babies, you ever put two babies next to each other and you just hear them making sound? Sound is communication. Sound is frequency. When a baby's communicating to another baby, the reason why they understand each other is because they're communicating through frequency. Perfect example. Look, I was going to post a video about this yesterday, but I'm just going to play this video for y'all early. I'm going to post this video tomorrow.
You know, I just want to say one thing. The older generation...
Oh, no, wait. No, that's not it. Whoa.
You now realize why celebrity culture is a problem, because it is the synthetic...
Hold on. Which one is it?
Wait till y'all realize how colorism...
That's another take that I had, man. Wait till you realize that how colorism plays a very big part on the veil being broke. But
the entire government is corrupt.
Okay, boom.
The entire government is corrupt, and I think it's time we realize that. No matter what side they are on.
No, this is not it. Oh, here we go.
So I just saw this motherfucking video right here.
No, this is not it. That's just my reptile video.
The world is run by reptiles and fallen angels, demons. You want more proof? Let me give it to you.
That's Donald Trump walking into a room full of babies, and the babies are hysterically crying. So let me tell you exactly why that is, because babies were not taught who Donald Trump is. They don't even know who that man is. They don't know, but they run off of frequency. When you're taught the American way of life, you were taught to speak your emotions. You're taught to think first and act now. They saw something. Exactly. They see what we can't see. They are sensitive to the spiritual realm because they just came out of the spiritual realm. Why do you think when dolphins communicate with babies, they're typically smarter? That is for a reason. The reason why is because the spiritual realm, the dolphin is using frequency to connect with the baby. They're sending frequencies to the baby to open up its pineal glands before it comes out as a baby. They're already in the spiritual realm in the womb. The mother is... A lot of y'all don't understand how much the mother is important to the realm. Why do you think that they created a patriarchy and they put women at the bottom, specifically black women at the bottom when they're supposed to be at the top? Everything is switched. The darker the melanin, let me tell you exactly. Let's go into this idea of what colorism is. Colorism is basically when a person is darker skin is shitted on, and people are disrespecting them because of the color of their skin. And a person who is lighter than them is benefit from it. Do you know the reason why they put money, time, and effort into that culture? Because guess what? The darker the melanin, the closer you are to the sun lineage. We are all descendant. Any person that has melanin in their bodies, that is a black or brown person, is a descendant of the sun. The darker the melanin you are, the more powerful being you are. So what do? They demonize the darker skinned women, and they create this patriarchal society to push women down so they never wake up to feel their potential. Let me ask you this. If a black dark skinned woman is depressed because they are a dark skinned black woman, how do you think that they will ever wake up to realize who they're supposed to become if every person around them was teaching them they are smaller than what they actually are? All right, boom. So when we go back into the concept of how that plays into a role, because imagine a dark-skinned female, and that clearly has a strong bond with the sun because of this amount of melanin that is produced in their skin. They produce a child from their womb. They're giving their womb their child. They're birthing the home. That baby is going to be way more powerful than the mother. You know why? Because it took time to create that. That essence of her melanin is now going into her baby, plus what the baby is doing on its own time. Now, let's take this a step further. The reason why I say 20th I'm all over the place. But I'm going to touch on this, and then we're going to go into the day 28. March 20th is the day without time. That is the global moon day. On the 365th day of the year, it sits between the 13th month and the first month. That is the day with 0 point energy. That is the day with 0 point energy. The 0 point energy means that anybody that's born on March 20th, they are the 0 point energy emitters. Any single person that is born on March 20th, they are the 0 point energy emitters, meaning that the Ophiuchus sign is most attached and is most efficient in the room with somebody that is a 0 point person, because the Ophiuchus sign needs ether. Ether is the 5th element on the periodic table that they took off. That is the spiritual essence. That is the static, the frequency static. That is what it is. They just changed the names to confuse us. March 20th is the person that is, they weren't born in a specific time zone. They were not born in a specific frequency. See, when we talk about these, when we talk about all of these, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer is all different frequencies. There are 13 frequencies, right? So if I was born as a Capricorn. All my life, I was proud to be a Capricorn. Capricorn is January 18th. My birthday is January 17th. My real sign is in Sagittarius. But this entire time I've been living my life, I've been tuned into a Capricorn earth energy. You know what that means? That means I've been focused on the wrong thing the entire time. I've been focused on the wrong thing the entire time. I've been focused on the wrong thing the entire time. Whole time I'm focused on my 11th frequency, but I really need to be focused on my 10th. Now understand this. Now hold on. That's Gemini frequency. Let's hold on. The reason why it's like this is because what y'all are going off is the frequency. Y'all are going off the Gregorian calendar. That is the calendar that was given to us post-Egypt falling. That's not the calendar that we use, because that's not what our ancestors divide. We're not going to follow a path. The people who conquered our ancestors, those aren't our people. We were never supposed to listen to their way of life, but yet they conquered over the entire world, worked together to conquer the entire world. So now they changed everything so that we miss the key details that play a big part in this entire thing. So when we talk about this concept of our 13 zodiacs, our first of the year is not January. The first of the year is Aries. That's end of March, April. You know why? Because that's the first season change. That's when flowers start to bloom. For instance, the pink moon this year is the pink moon of this year, right? The pink moon of this year is coming on April 1st. Do you know what the pink moon represents? The pink moon represents rebirth. It represents manifestations. What do you do on the beginning of the new year? You manifest. But you know why we're too focused on April 1st, Fool's Day? We're fools to believe that's the first year. We're fools to believe that's the first of the year. But when you're supposed to be setting your intentions and manifesting, you're too busy joking, passing around. You're too busy joking around about things that you don't even know. Wonder why they named it that. They basically named it that because so many people, when they changed the calendar, they were still going off of our ancestral calendar, not knowing that the reason why they tried to change it was to manipulate us. But so instead of trying to fight back against the calendar, exactly what they ended up doing was they just ended up trying to, you feel me? Now let's go back into this. When we talk about the calendar, the end of the year is considered March 20th. The beginning of the year is considered March 21st. Now, this isn't an exact calendar, but it's close in time frame. So a couple of people's zodiacs may be off, but that's not due to my fault. It's due to our ancestors' history being taken. They have the books and the scrolls that will tell us in specific what we are. But based off of the ancestral knowledge that we do, that the world does know, this is the closest that we'll ever get to our actual calendar. Therefore, I see a lot of people keep saying, "Oh my God, I'm a Capricorn." I'm like, for instance, a person was saying that, "Oh, I refuse to believe I'm a Sagittarius because I'm a Capricorn." Well, babe, did you know that every single person could harness every single frequency? But how can you harness the frequency that you were not born to, that you are not native to, before you harness the one that you were? So while you're sitting there trying to claim yourself to be a Capricorn, you haven't even realized who you exactly are to even recognize. Because when you recognize we're native, like for instance, I was an earth sign. I'm gonna be honest with you, I never really felt like I was a Capricorn. I loved being a Capricorn starting the year, but deep down, I hated being an earth sign. I never felt like, because I'm not a person, I can stay grounded, but that's in the spiritual awakening. Little did I know, I was already harvesting my Sagittarius energy before I even knew that I was a Sagittarius. That's why the fire is already here. You can simultaneously practice on something that you don't even know is your frequency. And then by the time it's time for you to switch over and click over, you're actually on the right frequency. Now, this is why this is important. Because during each one of these elements, they represent something different. Matter of fact, let's do our day 28. Everybody got a pencil and paper? How I felt when they tried to say I was an Aries rising and it turns out a Taurus. Now, I definitely want to give Sag though. I'm crying. Now, I definitely want to go into the rising part. I think I'm going to focus on that today, on how to get into a rising part. But does everybody have a pen and paper? Let me drink some water real quick. Okay. So now we're going to do our day 28s. So your day 28 is going to go exactly like this. To find your moon day, here's a reminder. You are what you put energy into. Your realm is different from my realm. To find your moon day, you must count from March 21st to your birthday. So everybody do that really quickly. Ask Siri or whatever you got right now. Stop for a second and be like, Siri, how many days is it till March 21st to my birthday? And drop it in the chat. I'll do mine too. Hey, Siri, how many days is it until March 21st to January 17th?
It's 46 days until then.
Oh, no. I'm talking about the next year. Hey, Siri, how much days is it from March 21st of 2026 to January 27, 17? Fuck, I said that wrong. Your birthday is today, so that means you would, hold on. Give me 1 second. Hey, Siri, how much days is it from March 21st, 2026 to January 17, 2027?
It's 303 days.
Exactly. Boom. So you're going to do, yesterday it was 302. Mine's is 303. Mine's is 303 today. So you do from, no, you got to do it from the next year. Happy birthday, love. Happy birthday. You got to do it from the next year. Well, technically, I mean, your moon day is coming up. Would it be? That's crazy. 187 days. So if you do 187, my birthday until March 21st, that's crazy. So did I do that wrong? Let me ask AI really quickly. Gemini, I'm trying to find my moon day. Now, it tells me that I have to go from March 21st all the way to my birthday, but my birthday just passed January 17th, and March 21st is coming up. So to find my moon day, which is my day 28, the dark moon, the day in which my eye turns inwards, do I go until the March 21st of 2026, or do I go to the March 21st of 2027 and then divide by 28, the day 28, which is the dark moon day, and round up or down according to the number that I receive?
That's a complicated calculation. The concept of a moon day and its connection to the dark moon and your birthday isn't part of standard lunar calendars.
Girl, hello. Just answer the question. You always trying to tell me something I didn't ask for. Just answer the question.
I apologize for not directly answering. Since the method you described isn't standard, and the calculation depends on combining personal dates with specific moon days, I'm not sure how to accurately calculate that based on your current dates. Could you provide more?
Bitch, you're dumb. Like, this bitch just pissed me all the way off. Like, type it. I got type it. I got a better Gemini. Wanna play? Hold on.
460, 67, 65 days. Let me do somebody's real quickly. I can answer this question for myself. I don't even know why I asked this bitch. This bitch is useless. All right, 460, 76 days? How you got 476 days, girl? Let me do divided by 28. That will put you at 17. Your math wrong, girl. When your birthday? 6 days till mine's. That's what I'm trying to figure out. When you do your moon day, is it... Let me just ask really quickly. Let's go back to day 28, moon days. July, you said yours is July 10th? Hey Siri, how many days is it from March 21st to July 10th?
It's 111 days.
What's 111 days divided by 28? Did y'all hear me say, am I late? We're going to talk about the files in a minute. We just going over our zodiac charts. I'm trying to figure this out really quickly. Hey Siri, how many days is it until March 21st until July 10th?
It's 46 days until then.
Divide 46 by 28.
The answer is approximately 1.6429.
So that would put you were at 1.629. So that would put you at 2. So that means you would be the second month. So the second month would be, so if we divide by 12, 4, 8, 12, you're the first quarter. So you would be the new moon. So for July 10th, you would be the new moon. You would be the new moon between new moon and the first moon. So your new moon, you are the seed, and your best power is setting intentions. Who's next? July 10th, write that down. You are the new moon. Wait, you're day 22? So day 22. Hold on. There's a specific there's 4 phases. I'm getting it. So give me 1 second. I'm gonna figure everybody's out. There's 4 phases. These are 4 phases of the moon because we have 13 lunars. 1 doesn't count, but there's 12 normal ones. The number 13 is past the matrix. So if day 1 has a meaning, day 8 means a meaning. These are the moon phases quarters. Day 15 is a meaning. Day 22. I am a day 22 because mine's from March 21st to January 17th. That's 302 days. 302 divided by 28. That's 10.7. I round up to 11th month. That's the last quarter of the year because for 8/12, I'm in between the last quarter of the year. So that would mean I'm an alchemist. So if you are day 1, this is meaning. So pay attention. So if everybody drop their numbers. We got 140, 172. That's 6.3. So you're 6.2. Ryan, you're 6.2, right? Ryan, you're 6.2. You're 6. So you're the 6-month period. That day 6 will put you. You're also the new moon. You're also the new moon as well because you're in between 1 and 8. So you're the new moon as well. 2/28, February 28. If y'all do y'all calculations, it's gonna speed up this process. Do mine's March 6th. Hey Siri, how many days is it from March 21st to March 6th, 2027?
It's 351 days.
351 divided by 28.
It's approximately 12.5357.
So that means you round up, you'll go to the 13th month. You're past the matrix, which would mean, I never had this one before. So the 13, if you're 13, 40, 12. That's a good one. Let me ask, what does it mean when your day 28, dark moon day, is past the 13th, the 12th month? If the 13th month is past the matrix. Hold on, I gotta search that up. Don't worry, y'all. I'm gonna get to every single person. Okay.
The 13th month is the matrix exit. In the 12-month calendar, 13 times 28 is 364. The 13th month, Pisces and Moon Spirit. This month represents the spiritual void, is the space where physical rules of the 12-month matrix no longer apply beyond the matrix to pass the 12th month. This is the reboot phase. The dark moon is the period between just before the new moon. It is the time of the maximum internal power and external noise. The day 20 and the 28th day of the 13th month, you are at an absolute zero. Day 22, but what does it mean if I'm in the 13th month? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What if? Wait, I'm so sorry. Why nobody corrected me? If it's 13, then girl, you the first moon. Nobody corrected me. I'm dumb. You the first moon. I'm so sorry. Nobody corrected me. I'm sitting here thinking about months. Girl, you the first moon because your number is 13. It's not past 22. It's 30. Wait, did I say that correct? Wait, guys, what are we calculating? All right, so what we basically calculating is our moon days. I'm trying to go one. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let's do it. Let me do it this. Everybody re-say their birthdays and put your name and your birthday, and I'm gonna write down the list. I'm gonna do everybody individually. Put your name and your birthday in the chat. Do April 10th. All right, I'm gonna put M, April 10th. Who's next? Malaya, December 14th. December 14th. Cecilia. Hold on, y'all. Damn, y'all moving fast. There's only like 26 people in here. Shit. Cecilia, September 19th. And now I'm gonna do four at a time. All right. Matter of fact, I'll do 5 at a time. Myra. That's Maya. I'm sorry. Let me fix that. Maya is October 12th. And then the last one is going to be, let me put my thing. So, we got 2 Mayas. Damn, we got hella Mayas. All right, I'm going to put Maya. I'm going to put Maya X2. All right, January 5th. Wait, am I right? January 5th. I bet. All right. Hold on. Let's do this. All right, M, you up first. Hey, Siri, how many days is it until April 10th to March 21st?
It's 66 days until then.
What is 66 divided by 28?
It's approximately 2.3571.
So, M, you're going to be in the new moon phase. You're between day 1 and day 8. Your new moon, you are the seed, and your best power is setting intentions. Malaya, December 14th.
Which one?
Ooh, hey Siri. How many days is it until December 14th to March 21st?
It's 314 days until then.
What's 314 divided by 28?
It's approximately 11.2142.
Round up to, that's going to round down to 11. So you're going to be the 8, between 8 and 11. So you're going to be the first moon. You are the builder, and your power is taking action. That means on your day 28, you're day 8. So when I'm telling you y'all days, that is the day that you specifically are your most powerful. Between the days of between these moon phases, that's when you're most powerful on setting and whether your action is. So for instance, if you are born in the first moon, between the first moon and the full moon, you are the builder. Your best power is to take action. So if there's something that you ever wanted to do to improve your life, or a habit you ever wanted to stop, your best time to do it and take action on that with the guidance of the moon is going to be during day 8, during the 8th day of during day 8 of the moon phase, and it's going to be the first moon because you're the builder. Vice versa, if you're the day 1, you're the seed. You're best for setting intentions. What happens is, if every single person links up together, you have one person setting intentions. If the intention is to unlock the spiritual realm, you then have the builder during the first moon, between day 8 and day 1 and day 8. That is April 4th to July 25th, between April 4th and July 25th, you're going to be setting intentions. That's what people who are on the day, who have a day one dark moon day, they're going to set the intentions of breaking into the spiritual realm. On July 25th, you're going to have, between July 25th and November 14th, this is where day 8's, the builders, take the action. They set the intentions to open the spiritual realm and break the veil. July 25th through November 14th, y'all are going to take that action into breaking that veil. Now, how you're going to do that is you're going to question the veil. This doesn't, when you taking action is you learning knowledge. Every time you learn and you speak truth to whether it's a person or whether it's a platform, as long as people are hearing you, you are breaking down the veil. On day 15th, if you are a full moon, between November 14th and January 9th, that is going to be the peak. You are the best for seeing the veil. Once the builder has taken the action to break down the veil, you can actually see the veil. You will see what the truth is. That means for that, if your moon phase is between the full moon, you have the entire moon at your disposal. What are you going to do during that? You're going to take a bucket of water. Alkaline water, not no tap water, alkaline water, very high alkaline water. What you're going to do, you're going to place whatever your personal birthstone is to energize it. Everybody has their own birthstone, and you're going to place copper. I'm ordering a copper necklace. I suggest you do that because it increases your frequency and the electromagnetic fields that travel through your body. Once you put the copper around that bowl, you're going to put the bowl out in the moon. This is best for, and what's going to happen is that the water holds what? Water holds what? Water holds memory. So when you're recording, guess what is happening? Our ancestors put water out in the stars to download the astrological information from the sky. So that's how they created this pattern of astrology. So what you're going to do the same exact thing. You're going to put the alkaline water with your birthstone to energize it for you personally, and the copper to energize it with the electromagnetic frequency that you may need to see through the veil. And you're going to put that out in the open. You're going to put that under the moon. Let the moon charge that water. It's scientifically proven that moons can charge water. That moon energy is going to that water is downloading that moon energy. So when you drink that water, the very next day, you done downloaded everything that your ancestors were trying to tell you, because guess what? We are what we put energy into. Our ancestors built this idea of the lunar calendar system. If they see that we are respecting and we're trying to break down the veil because we're curious, being curious is how you break down the veil. If they see that, they're going to be like, all right, cool. Well, they're already in the spiritual realm. The spiritual realm means that they are already in the realm of electromagnetic frequencies and energy. They're going to be able to, now, it sounds crazy, but it's really not. They're going to be able to tell the story through the stars, through the moons, and you download it through the water because water holds memory. Water is feminine energy. Now, let's go back to Maya. If anybody, I know I was taking too long trying to talk about everything, but who still needs their dates? If I could have some people that figured out the concept in the chat, help other people figure out their concepts in the chat, that would be amazing. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. That would be amazing. If y'all understand the concept of what I mean by day 28, please let me know if y'all still need help in the chat, and I'll help you out. If you still need help with your personal moon day, just re-say your name in the chat. Jayla, February 3rd. Maya, let me finish the Mayas really quickly. October 12th to March 21st. How many days is that?
It's 160 days.
What's 160 divided by 28?
The answer is approximately 5.7142.
So for the first Maya, you're going to round up to 6. So that's going to put you between day 1 and day 8. That's going to be the new moon phase. You are the seed. You're setting intentions. Hey, Siri, well, how many days is it until January 5th all the way until January? Messed up. Hey, Siri, how many days is it until January 5th to March 21st?
It's 336 days until then.
336 divided by 28.
That would be 12.
12 exactly on the dot. So that will put you in between 8 and 15. You are the first moon. You're the builder taking action. Okay. February 3rd. Hey Siri, how many days is it until February 3rd to March 21st?
It's today.
Oh shit. Girl, what you doing here? You need to be motherfucking what? What you need to be doing? Wait, hold on. What's 0 divided by 28? What the fuck? That shit fucking me up. I don't got the answer for that. Oh my God, that's fucking me up. So do you do it the next year? I have questions, too many questions. If I did my moon day chart and I did March 21st, how many days I have between March 21st and my birthday is today, how can I divide 0 by 28 to get my day 28, which is my dark moon day? And what significance does that hold spiritually? Does that mean that today is my dark moon day? And if so, what do I do? And if not, what would be my dark moon day? Do I go to the next year or do I stay to this year right now? Look through this article. Give me 1 second. This shit fucking me up. Who else need help? Yeah, chat. If you get it, help everybody else in the chat. Please respond to them, reply to them, add them in the chat if you get it while I figure this out. Because, yeah, I don't know. I don't think every single thing. March, I should find a way to put this up. Let me go get a thumbtack really quickly so I can put this up. Actually, let me get this real quickly. I'm going to put this up so y'all can see it yourself while I work on. Can y'all see? Y'all can see that? So y'all can figure out what days y'all need to. So if you 1.93, then you just gonna round up to 2, and then you gonna be new moon. Hold on. Let me move closer. I don't know how close I'm gonna be able to move, but can y'all see? There we go. Y'all should be able to see right here. So you just gonna go whatever you get rounded. Exactly. Whatever you get rounded. So you're gonna do your how many days, and then you're gonna divide it by 28. And when you divide it by 28, whatever number you're gonna get, you're gonna round up. Anything 5 or up, you go up. 4 or below, you go down. And that's gonna be, and then like for instance, if yours is 1.3, day 2. If yours is 6.7, you go 6.7, you go to 7, you're still day 1, in between day 1. And these are different from your zodiac signs, y'all. These are different from your zodiac signs. The reason why I tell y'all this is because your zodiac is your life path. That is the life path that you can harness your energy. But these are when your powers that you're most equipped with, these is when you're most powerful during these periods. Now, you may be powerful on your birth. You got to understand there's different concepts. We are humans of complex brains. We are humans of complex organisms. We're not singular organisms. You know what that means? Bitch, why are you listening to me? Okay, it says, if we use March 21st as your day 1, the ancient new year today, February 3rd, 2026 as your birthday in this scenario, the days between March 21st and February 3rd, the total days is 319 full days between March 21st and February 3rd. The day of the year, today is the 320th day of your ancestral year. The calculation to find your moon, you must divide 320 by 28, you get 11, and with the remainder of 12, so you round up. Clearly 11 is probably some afterwards, so you just go round up to 12. So you're the 12th day. So you would be positioned 12th day. That means you would just be in between you would be the first moon. So no matter if today is your birthday, so 129 days. So I divide by 10. No, you divide by 28. You divide by 28 because look, this is your day 28. Day 28 is the dark moon day. Now, the dark moon day is specific to you as the person. Your day 28, the dark moon day is the day there is no light in the sky for you specifically. This is the where the eye turns inwards. So basically what I'm saying is on your day 28, so whichever day you have, your day 28 is the day in which you use to calculate which moon phase you're going to be. You know why? Because there are 28 days in the year, 28 days per month, I believe, and 28 times 13. Hey Siri, what's 28 times 13?
It's 364.
364. You add one day, but you don't count the day in the original calendar because March 20th is the day without time. That is the day where 0 point energy is highest and floods the earth for you to break that spiritual realm. So when we go to the idea and we're talking about the dark moon, this is when your pineal gland, your third eye, is most strongest. Either it's going to be activated between day 1 and through day 8, if that's your phase, day 8 through day 15, if that's your phase, day 15 through day 22, if that's your phase. Why Don Toliver recent videos describing what Don Toliver saying? Don't tell me no bullshit. Okay, let's switch gears a little. I'm so mad, bro. I'm so mad they banned me on live because this is really what I wanted to talk to y'all about, bro. This is I really wanted to talk about this with everybody, man. This shit broke my heart, man, because it just would have been amazing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it would have been amazing for everybody to find. What's your Octants? What's his Octants Houston videos? Okay.
They don't yell for no reason. What you say? My back.
I'm getting distracted. Okay.
All right, y'all. So I'm going live on.
Damn, 21 views, and that's how many? 21 likes and what?
All right, y'all. So I'm going live.
Damn, they got my ass. They got my ass. They got my ass. They saw me talking about them files would shut me up fast. Damn, bitch. Damn, bitch. Okay. Now let's talk. It's all divine timing. EJ, you helping us little people. It's okay, because now y'all know. Everybody here, y'all know. It's a secret lesson. So when we get back on February 6th, directly at this time, in 3 days, we gonna do this again. And now I got all my people that know how to do it already. So y'all good. And I just want to let y'all know from now on, we're not talking about no Epstein files. I don't even want to talk about it, period, because I actually don't want to bring that negative energy into my life, especially before my spiritual awakening trip. Like, I am going on a negative energy cleanse. I don't want no negative energy. Like, I am trying to get myself to my ground zero, my 0 point energy, because when I'm in Vietnam, I'm going to Vietnam in April for my spiritual awakening trip. I have like so much shit planned. I'm actually going to go talk to the dolphins, like I told y'all, because it's illegal here in the U.S., but it's not illegal over there. And we're going to see if my theory about dolphins is correct. I'm going to let y'all know, because I'm going to sit there and I'm going to talk to them. And I'm also have I have like a whole bunch of shit that I'm ordering, and I'm going to record the whole thing too. Like which is why I was so upset when my camera didn't come, because when I go to Vietnam, I'm doing a salt bath. I actually will tell y'all exactly what I'm doing. I'm doing like 2 rituals, not really nothing negative. It's all positive. Like, it's all to balance out my energy. I'm going to the mountains of Sapa in Vietnam, which is basically the elevation. I have to like do certain things, like, because of me, of what I am as a Sagittarius, I have to now, it takes 21 days to break a habit. So because my pineal gland is calcified, because I walk on American land that uses so much electromagnetic frequencies, I have to literally step away in order to spiritually awake. I gotta leave the land that charmed me. I am gonna vlog. I'm gonna vlog the whole thing. Y'all are gonna be able to see every part of it. Like, it's gonna be a very super emotional like trip. Like, I don't show how emotional I could get, but trust me, nigga, I could bawl my motherfucking eyes out, because like I really am like a pure soul. Like, I have no room for negativity in me. So when I finally do decalcify my third eye, like, and I'm already working on it. Like, there's a specific YouTube channel. It's called Meditation Live. Let me see. It's on my YouTube. It's literally on my YouTube. I want y'all to play this every night before y'all go to bed. It is a 528 hertz. All these other videos that you play before you go to sleep, and they tell you that this is supposed to heal you, those are fake. But this one is real. And I meditated before I came on live today. And when I tell you, my body was literally shaking, like, it don't make no sense. Like you really do gotta focus and close your eyes because you really will feel exactly what it is we're talking about. So look, if you go to this YouTube page, it's called Meditation Mind. Hold on. Let me see if y'all can see it. Can y'all see it? No, y'all can't really see it. Damn. I hate that for us. Wait, let me try to turn my brightness up. Will that change anything? No, it actually made it worse. Let me turn it down. Will that change anything? Oh, there you go. Meditative Mind. Go to this YouTube channel every night before you go to bed. Play that. Play that. Sit still for 30 minutes and just let the frequency speak to you. Like this is actually like this is the actual frequency. Like this is one of the only channels that actually give you the frequency in which I'm talking, which you will need to rebuild your like chakras. Like everything else is just loud noise and copies, fake frequencies. This is actually real frequencies, but it's not really because like the video itself may be free frequencies, but the TVs themselves are not. We're not supposed to use TVs. So it's like, it's going to be like a synthetic version, but you can still use it. You are what you put energy into. So if you take your time to meditate every single day to this sound, it probably won't work initially, but the more that you use it, the more that you align yourself with it, you'll start to be able to decode the real frequencies from the fake ones that you're getting from the TV. And you'll start to harness which ones to keep, which ones to let go. Every single night, play that before you go to bed. If you stress, put that in your ears. If you're traveling, you feel uneasy, put that in your ears. That is supposed to zen you. Frequency is the key to healing. Here's another thing. Fast. What I do is connect it to a speaker and feel the vibrations. Exactly. I have this big ass speaker with bass boosted. Bass boosted, all of those things, they impact your mood. They impact your way of life. Feel this earth. But that's another thing. When you're listening to this, this plus your crystals, plus your copper necklace, plus your alkaline water. Like we shouldn't even be drinking tap water anymore. We shouldn't even be drinking American water. I swear to God, we shouldn't be. And fasting. Fasting is something I'm also trying to get into. See, a nigga was hungry today, so I don't got the energy to fast. But I have been learning that actually, let's talk about this next. I actually want to play this in the background. Let's talk about this next. Let's talk about the Ophiuchus alignment and why it's so important and why they washed it out. So when we talk about this alignment, the reason being is that during this time period, during our ancestral calendar, we never had a January and a February. They added January and February to the calendar because this was post-Egypt falling. So there was still zodiac signs, but instead of you being January, February, you would be considered the 60-day period window. That 60-day window ranges from the end of December. No, I think it's January and February, but that's like, there is no January and February. So it wouldn't be the first day of the year. It would be the end of the year from November, because the calendar starts. Oh my God, I'm stressed out. Hold on. Let me align myself really quickly. I need to make it make sense in my head. During this time period, the veil is the weakest. That's the Ophiuchus. November 23rd to December 18th. During this time, we do not have a Capricorn and Aquarius, meaning January and February. In Roman ancient times, that was the 60-day period because it was during the winter. Nobody worked or nobody did anything because it was too cold. When they started to break that and be like, no, we got to keep these people busy, they're starting to wake up. They added January and February. Capricorn and Aquarius still existed, but it was never called January and February. That's the first part. The second part to this is that pre to Egypt crashing down, Capricorn and Aquarius were seen as the 60-day window. The 60-day window is after it's supposed to be like the 60-day period that we can speak into the ancestral realm. Let me go to my motherfucking notes because I wrote this down in my phone when I first learned about it. Let's talk about. Hold on. 60-day period. While I get that started, the reason why during Ophiuchus night, can anybody tell me what happens during November 23rd and December 18th?
Do you know that the veil is the thinnest during then? Do you know what that means? If the veil is the thinnest, that means our ancestors are most powerful when the veil is the weakest. They can communicate. But you know what they do to us to stop us? They can't stop the ancestors from communicating to us. So what do you think happens? They stop us from communicating with our ancestors. Do you know why? Because during November 23rd, we are on Thanksgiving break. Instead of learning, instead of being outside, instead of connecting with our roots, instead of being busy occupying with ourselves to keep that flow of knowledge, when we're on break, we keep this constant state of relaxation. We get lazy. We're just sitting there not doing anything. You know, at the end of November, what does that happen? Thanksgiving, you're supposed to be fasting. During our Egyptian ancestors fasted during the 60-day period, not the entire 60 days. Just fasting was way more common than any other time period because the veil was the thinnest. So to align your body with the veil, if the veil is thin, you have to be thin. If the veil is thick, you're allowed to be thick. But if the veil is thin and you're thick, your ancestors can't communicate to you because you recalcified your pineal gland. Now, y'all are going to ask me, how did you recalcify your pineal gland? Multiple reasons. One, we're not supposed to be eating heavy foods. Heavy foods keep you grounded on a time period where you need to be light. Your ancestors only have a certain amount of energy to communicate to you. So if they're using the more you eat, the more energy they have to use for you to get it. You're too focused on gluttony. You're too focused on filling yourself. You're too focused on no matter how y'all put it respectfully, according to ancient traditions, gluttony is negative energy. You're feeding yourself. We're not supposed to be eating this much, killing these many plants, killing these many animals. You're supposed to live in harmony with them. Now, a couple is okay, but over excessive amount of it is not okay. So what does that mean? You're filling your body up with all this negative energy. You don't know where that turkey been. You don't know where that turkey been. You don't know where that chicken been. You don't know where none of that been. What it ate, what it collected along its life form, and everything is being passed until your pineal gland decalcifies when you separate yourself and you fast. When you get those toxins out your body, when you get the fluoride out your body. Fluoride is in our tap water. When you wash your chicken, you're washing your chicken with fluoride water. That fluoride goes into the chicken. Toothpaste has fluoride in it. That recalcifies your pineal gland. When you washing your greens, anytime you use water, drink tap water, anything having to do tap water, you're putting fluoride back in your body. That's recalcifying, which is why you fast. Your body refixes everything that is wrong with it. It doesn't matter if it's cancer. It doesn't matter if it's this or that. It doesn't matter what it is. Your body is a self-healer. You are a self-healer. So when you're feeling some type of way, fast. I know a little bit about the Anunnaki, but not really too much. My Egyptian thing is gonna be like kind of like towards the end of this month. Like March is really gonna be the beginning of my spiritual journey because it's gonna be me preparing for my trip in Vietnam, which I told you I was gonna tell you about. So I'm going to a whale ceremony. The reason why is because there's a lot of factors that I felt like played into my Vietnam trip. When I go to the purpose of me going to my Vietnam trip is to start my spiritual awakening. There's this guy on Instagram and he literally has human powers. I kid you not. I don't know if it's a joke or not, but I watched multiple videos of him and a whole live stream where he's just moving shit like with telekinesis. And I'm like interested. I'm intrigued. But I don't want to do it through him. I want to do it through my own way. Is that a way that I can unlock what I'm supposed to be? Because you ever feel like you're something, but you don't know what you are? Like, for instance, ever since a kid, I always wanted to be the chosen one. Like, I don't know what my obsession with being the chosen one has been, but I've always wanted to be the chosen one, the one. So now that when I get older and I'm doing shit like this, I'm like, how do I connect my emotional bond, my spiritual bond with being the chosen one since birth, with my lineage, which is me being Haitian, with my lineage, which is also me being coming from like I won't say a voodoo culture, but it is voodoo culture, voodoo Christian. I think it's voodoo Christianism, spirituality, or something like that. Christian voodooism, that's what it's called. I come from that line, that my lineage, that's my DNA. So I have to connect all of these things for my spiritual awakening because all of these points matter. When I was born, how I was born, what time I was born, where I was born, all of those things matter for my spiritual awakening. So I have a book. I have a book that I started taking my journal down, which is going to be my spiritual awakening book when I go to Vietnam. And basically what I'm doing is I'm putting my thoughts onto the paper. I'm pinning it to the physical realm. You know what I'm saying? Great. I have a question. How do you feel about them pretty much thinking man is
is end and beginning, and considering females to be God since their meaning is all. I mean, we could talk about in a sense of like actual sexual like things, like because a man is the start. They are the start. They with when the sperms hits the egg, that is the Big Bang theory that they talk about. They create that energy. They spark that egg to produce that life. That is the beginning of the spiritual transmission, where the body starts searching for that spirit soul that's going to attach themselves to that child. So when you see a child grow up and you say, oh, they got an old soul, definitely lived a past life. Why do you think that is? So when we're talking about gods and goddesses, technically women are gods and goddesses because they are the creators. They are the symbolization of a creator. Femininity is so important to understanding all elements, because without the creator, there would not be the creations. You know what I'm saying? So when we talk about the concept of a god is a woman, she is, because a man was not known for creating. A woman is. See, no matter how much they try to rewrite history, God already wrote it in ways so that all you have to do is read in between the lines and open your like really start paying attention to shit that don't make sense. If God is the creator, why does woman literally create babies from this and turn it to a whole human being? Why is that? That's not for no reason, y'all. That's for an exact reason. You know what I'm saying? So when we're talking about a woman being a god, she is the creator. Her womb, the womb is the spiritual vortex, but it comes in, it doesn't leave. You feel what I'm saying? That is the spirit. A woman's womb is the spiritual entrance for a spirit to make its way into the physical realm. It's not, it can't backtrack. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess it could backtrack. You could try to attach that to like a miscarriage backtracking into the spiritual realm. But in a sense, I wouldn't even try to focus on that too much, because I'll get back to y'all what that means spiritually. If anything, that could mean that the spirit that you attached to yourself, to your child, wasn't a good spirit, I guess. What do y'all think about that? Sex is a ritual. That's why I never have the one night stands, because messing with magic. Yeah, that's why they tell you when you the more you go, you picking up shit. You feel me? The more people that you sleep around with, you're picking up their energy. You know what I'm saying? Like a soul walking. No, you good. I totally understand. I really want to talk to y'all more about, I do want to talk about this. All right, I'm gonna let y'all decide. I'm gonna take a break after this and like probably hop on a little bit later, so I can either go over some like rituals about like, but we've kind of already talked about the water, placing it under. Water is basically the ultimate conductor of frequency. You place a bowl under the stars with the water. Since water holds memory, it will record the downloads of the night. The water would be infused with the downloads, and you would drink it like moon water. The next morning, the hidden knowledge would be unlocked, and that's why we can't see stars in this day and age, because of light pollution. It's an energy exchange. Exactly. Let's talk about the Ophiuchus sign and why it's the most powerful sign. The Ophiuchus sign is the most powerful sign in the dark. Staying in complete darkness. Darkness triggers the brain to produce DMT naturally. This is a chemical that is a spirit molecule and allows the soul to travel through what Ophiuchus guards. So, you know what I asked it earlier? Somebody asked me earlier in my comment section. Let me drink some water real quick. Somebody asked me in my comment section earlier, what if your sign didn't change according to your calendar? So according to the chart, what if your sign didn't change? And when I searched it up after researching it, Basically, what it means when your sign doesn't change, that means you are the translator, which means you are confident and you know that your sign is your sign. So you need to help people who are not in their right frequency. You need to channel them into the right frequency. You need to guide them into the right frequency. You are the person that puts the pieces to the puzzle together, because you already even post this energy shift. When you're changing the calendar, when you're changing the concept of time, because we put so much decades and centuries and ages and energy and traditions into this calendar of original zodiacs, when we shifted the calendar and made it a global thing, it shifted the energy. So if you are still tuned into the same frequency pre-European colonization, you are stagnant. You are the representation. You are the one that guides other people into their things. So then I asked it a follow-up question. Let me see what y'all said in the comments. Watching this today just feels so many pieces of things. I hope so. Watch me keep going though. Like, this is what really broke my mind. So boom, when we talk about the concept of, I asked again. I said I like that. I think that's cool. Now, what does it mean when an Ophiuchus sign births an Ophiuchus sign? Now, that's not even the first part, because I'm like, all right, cool. Now I want to start understanding these mathematical equations, because numerology comes into a play. If I have, if Ophiuchus is number 9, and I want to, like, let's see what the number 9 represents spiritually. What the number 9 represents spiritually. And so many of y'all are going to ask me, why don't we see the line? Like, why didn't they cover this up? Because let me tell you, they didn't know our traditions to cover it up. They could only cover up what they knew. They didn't know everything to cover it up, which allowed us there to be loopholes for us to figure out the truth. The number 9, it's a highly spiritual number, symbolizing spiritual alignment, spiritual awakening, universal love, humanitarianism, and service to humanity. The endings, beginnings, and personal growth. What does Ophiuchus represent? They are the ether. They are the space in which everything lives in. So when I say universal love, they have to love every single other sign, because every other sign lives within Ophiuchus. Now, when I talk about the number 9, we're talking about spiritual alignment. The Ophiuchus sign is the ether. They are the gateways to the spirit realm. Spiritual awakening. We are all asleep because this hasn't woken up. If we haven't woken up the ether, the space in which we all live in, we will never be able to wake up fully. We'll never be able to wake up fully. Now, I asked it, what does it mean for, let's say, a lot of people I've heard in the comments say, hey, I'm a Sagittarius or I'm a Virgo and I gave birth to a Virgo. I'm a Virgo, I give birth to a Virgo. I'm a Capricorn, I gave birth to a Capricorn. So I asked it, I'm like, what does that mean? That it doesn't double it that's a double bond. So that means when you give birth to, and I won't say time your births correctly, I'm not saying that, but well, technically, according to astrology, if you give birth to the same sign, you're passing down your solar download. Your child is waking up already half spiritually awoken, because you already tuned. If you spiritually awoken, you're tuned into your frequency. When you have your child that is born in the same frequency, because you are the creator, you are where they're getting their information from. You are the creating this. Everything from you is downloading into your child. DNA, how the baby looks, and also how the way they think is going in, that the frequency is going into the child. So when you're pulling that spirit where you're pulling that soul from the spirit realm and attaching it to a physical body, and then you're also feeding it what you already know, that baby's already coming out half spiritually awoke. Half spiritually woke. That's why you said your dad is a Gemini, and I am too. Exactly. So 9 times out of 10, you might be smarter than your dad. There might be weaknesses that your dad has, but you have strengths in them. There might be strengths that you have, but it doesn't work oppositely, if that makes sense. It only works one way. So if for instance, if my dad was a Capricorn, no, my mom, it works better with the mom. It works better with the mom because the mom is the creator. Now, let's ask it, what if the entire family is Capricorns? Let's ask that. Let's ask that. Let's ask that really quickly. What would it mean if the mom, dad, and the child were all under the same zodiac sign. What does that mean spiritually? Before we get into that, while it answers that question, let's talk about let's go back to this really quickly. The day without time, March 20th, those are 0 point people. Earlier, I asked it, I was like, all right, cool. So if you have two signs that are born on the same time period, if we have two signs that are born in the same period and tune into the same frequency, that doubles the energy and already spiritually awakes the child that is to come. What happens if our March 20th, see, the March 20th are important because they are not born into a specific frequency, meaning that they are the radio. Every other frequency, every other zodiac is the channel. They're the only ones that are not, they're zero. They're the 0 point energy. That means from them simply being in the room, they can turn chaotic energies into calm, peaceful environments. They could make people who are really mad and calm them down. You can sort chaos and sort through frequencies. You're the emitter of 0 point energy. 0 point energy is the energy needed by Ophiuchus and all of the signs, literally, to connect to the spirit realm. That is the static. That is the fifth ether element. So if you are born on a day where spirit point energy is at its highest, that means you yourself are a walking ether element. So that means if you are a March 20th person, which we're just going to call that 0 point people, and you are next to Ophiuchus sign, you will spiritually awake them by just being next to them, because an Ophiuchus sign needs ether, which is the sign that you were blessed with at birth, because that's the day you were born. You were born on that energy cycle. So that you literally collected all of that at birth, and every single day it's your birthday and you're celebrating your birthday, you're collecting more 0 point energy. Being a 0 point person, every time you speak truth, you're speaking 0 point energy. So if an Ophiuchus sign and a person who is a 0 point person were to have a conversation, and it was a truthful conversation, they would literally activate the powers within the Ophiuchus, and then the Ophiuchus would activate the powers of the rest of the zodiacs. Does that make sense? Now, I asked it, what would happen if a mom who is a Virgo gave birth to her child who is also a Virgo with a 0 point person in the room? Or no, I actually just said Ophiuchus. I said Ophiuchus, but it really doesn't matter. It's the same. You get the same result no matter what. If the energy intensifies when a mom is given, if the baby's already waking up spiritually awoke because of the sign, right? The Ophiuchus gave birth to an Ophiuchus. Virgo gave birth to a Virgo, so on and so forth. If the 0 point energy person is in that room, that combo mixed with the 0 point person, that energy feeds off of each other and completely shatters the veil. That baby is now spiritually awoke, period, for the rest of its life, and could never be unwoken again. Which is why they realized that and removed it from the chart. They didn't want nobody to realize that, because guess what? Then people are going to start to kind of like emit their children around the Ophiuchus month. Then we're going to have more Ophiucuses. If the Ophiuchus is the bridge from the physical realm to the spiritual realm, and the 0 point is the energy that they need to build that bridge, and that March 20th 0 point person is the walking energy for Ophiuchus, you completely shatter the veil, because your baby's already spiritually awoke. The person that you're an Ophiuchus yourself, and then on top of that, you have your energy. All three of y'all have completely shattered the veil, and now y'all are like a trio combo. Now, I just asked it, what would it mean if the mom and dad and the child were all under the same zodiac? What would that mean? It's the mirror effect. The most significant aspect of the dynamic is that everyone in the house operates on the same frequency. You'll likely share similar core values, emotional needs, and the way of processing the world. The pros: there's a deep, unspoken understanding. You don't have to explain your moods or motivations because the others already get it. The con is that your flaws are mirrored back at you. If the sign is prone to stubbornness like Taurus or moodiness like Cancer, the energy is tripled, which can lead to major clashes when no one is willing to be the balancer. You see how that plays a play? There has to be balance. When there's no balance, there's clash. So if you're not willing, and which is why it's important, if you're a Taurus, right? This is what exactly what I told you just now is exactly why it's capable for us to master other zodiacs. So when you're focused on if like I said, if you are Taurus, right? And Taurus are known to be stubborn, and I'll have a bunch of Taurus around you, and y'all are just bumping heads, left and right, bumping heads. That energy between y'all, that frequency is multiplying. It's getting worse. 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 If nobody is willing to access their other elements, like for instance, instead of you trying to be tuning into a Taurus energy, tune into a sign that's more calm, a Virgo energy. Not a Virgo. Hell no, not a Virgo. Not even a Cancer. No thoughts. Because I don't really know much about the individual characteristics of a sign. So if you know the individual characteristics of a calmer sign, let me know. But the purpose is, once you start to be in an environment where you clash, you know when they say don't ever be in a room where you're the smartest person, the same thing applies here. Don't ever be in a room where y'all are all tuning into the same frequency, because once you if there's multiple of your frequencies in the same room, you already by nature master that frequency, because one, you grew up with it, two, you're now energized to it because others are around you, and then consistently too much of everything is too bad. So what you're going to need to do is move on to the next element, tune into another frequency. This is now where you can go back to the sign that you wanted to be, or you think you are, but you're not really, or the sign that you once was, and then I told you the new sign, and now you're not that anymore. So that's it for today. I will be back later. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully we get some more people. Damn, I'm so tired about TikTok, but I love you guys. I appreciate you guys for coming. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys would like me to save this to my YouTube, I can. Would y'all like me to save this? Would y'all like me to save this and keep it on my channel, or would y'all like me to? All right, bet. So I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna keep this to my channel. It's okay. Listen, I'm gonna save it to my channel. Y'all can watch it. Make sure when y'all in the comments, when y'all see people ask these questions, this is how we start making a community bigger. And let me tell you exactly what I'm working on next. So what I'm working on next is I'm creating my a different subject inside of the Discord. Make sure y'all join the Discord. The link is in my bio, because I'm going to be breaking each of these down. Each one of these are going to have their own group chats. Little do y'all know, through electronics, we can balance on the same frequency. So for instance, if I have a group call with just Aries and I'm the only Sagittarius, and I just don't speak and I let y'all speak, y'all will simultaneously all vibrate. After 10 minutes, we'll all vibrate on the same frequency, because y'all already all tuned in. So what I'm going to start doing is different calls. So you can meet your own sign. You can start tuning in and mastering your own sign, so you can start mingling with the next one. Then we're going to go with sign compatibility. Once you master your own sign, you're going to go to your sign compatibility. And then once we go to our compatibilities, see, listen, I got a whole lot of things planned, but I just can't wait. You feel what I'm saying? I'm going to take my time with this. I want the Discord to be, and which is why I need y'all help. You feel me? For those who didn't get to make it, because we're banned, we still got to get this information out there. So if you understood what we learned today, make sure y'all just copy this link and send it. Tell them to watch this. All the information is there. By next week, everybody should know their day 28s. By the time we know our day 28s and which moon phase we in, then we can move on to the next one. This is I would even say this is the most important, but also the least important, because if you can't master, the moon phases are your instructions. This is just your life path. You can't change this. You can't change this either. But what you can do is realize that, hey, I know I'm most powerful during these times. So if your day 28 was between 1 and 8, once you master setting intentions and they come true, you mastered your setting intentions and your seed power. Once you set intentions and they came true, you followed through them after a certain amount of time. Once you mastered your moon phase 1, what do you do? What do you do? You've already set your intentions. You take your action on it. So simultaneously, you could either work on your moon phase the entire year until you master it, or you could try to master every single moon phase as the day goes along. So right now it is, hey Siri, what's today's date? Bitch, you don't know. What's today's date?
It's Tuesday, February 3rd, 2026.
So right now we're in between the last quarter and the new moon. Right now, this is the moment where we chill out and relax. If anything, right now is the most important time for you to learn every single phase. So when it comes, you can actually put the pen to the paper. When you actually ready, you can put the pen to the paper, because when April 4th comes, that's the new year. That's another thing we're going to set. And you know why it says setting intention? Because the day one, because that's the new year. What are you supposed to do? Manifest. Every single person is supposed to manifest. See, I didn't say you couldn't be in your first moon and build and take your action. I just said you're most powerful during your phase. I'm an alchemist. All my day 22s, they're alchemists. Every single person. Let me put up one more chart that I want y'all. We're going to go over it because I actually think that this is going to help a lot more. Hold on. Y'all are going to want to screenshot this. This is every single sign. I asked, and I did my research. I'm reading a Zodiac book currently about the Zodiac structures. I asked, what is every single sign? Hold on, let me fix it. What is every single sign role here on this earth? What are they supposed to do? How do each Zodiac sign plays its role to breaking the veil? Now, this is how we go. The Aries, they're the indicators. They question the veil. You're at the start of the year when you set your intentions. If our intentions this year is to break the veil, what are we going to do? Question it to start the process. Aries. Now, how does that play into play when we're talking about our signs? Damn, I need to get more of these. Let me see if this is gonna stay right here. No, it won't. Damn, bitch, that's how you feeling? Get back up here. All right. Look, I'm gonna actually I'll be on here for a little 15 minutes. I'm gonna give y'all a little 15 more minutes because I really want y'all, because I'm gonna save this video. I actually want everything to make sense. You know what I'm saying? So I might as well just finish it out. So boom, how does this play into play? Each sign is different. Aries is a fire sign. Taurus is an earth sign. Gemini is an air sign. Cancer is a water sign. Leo is a fire sign. Virgo is an earth sign. Libra is an air sign. Scorpio is a water sign. Ophiuchus is an ether sign, and the only ether sign. The Capricorn is the earth sign. Sagittarius is a fire sign. Aquarius is the air sign, and Pisces is the water sign. What does that mean? Fire, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, they spark spiritual energy. So you understand why the Aries has to be the indicator and question the veil, because they spark the spiritual energy. Fire signs are activators. So you understand why they're called the indicators, because they are the activators. They provide the heat to burn the fog of the veil, the front line. They're going to be the first people to ask the questions. So that means, do I have a Twitch? Do I have a Twitch? I should make one. I actually do have a Twitch. Why don't I start going on Twitch? Ooh. Wait, maybe I should start doing. Oh, you know what I really am gonna start doing? Maybe I could do it so I could do Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok live at the same time. I'm gonna work on that for y'all. I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna make sure it's set by the time I get my live back. All right, let's get back into it real quick though. So why is it that Aries, Leos, and Sagittarius spark the spiritual energy? Because they question the veil. Now, Taurus is the grounders. They build the foundation. After we question the veil, they must build the foundation for us to break it. That means the earth signs, Taurus, Virgos, and Capricorns, they are the physical vessel. They are the vessels. Taurus, Virgos, Capricorns. Let me see if there's a pattern right here that I'm missing. Let me get a pen real quickly. I want to see if there's a pattern that I'm missing. Because I want to figure out, so Aries is a fire sign. Leo is a fire sign. Sagittarius is a fire sign. Do I have a different colored marker? I do. I want to see if there's a pattern right here. Actually, fire, earth, air, water. Fire, earth, air, water. Fire, earth, air, water. If there's 12 divided by 4, that's what? 4, 6. 4, 8, 12. That don't make sense. Hey Siri, what's 12 divided by 4?
12 divided by 4 is 3.
It's 3, but there's not 3 moon phases. So what does that have to do with? Hurry up, I'm trying to piece my thoughts together. Because I'm trying to see if there's a pattern, because I see there's a pattern right here.
Every four signs is fire, earth, air, water. Why is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to figure out. Drop the Discord link too. Okay, can somebody get it from me and drop it? If y'all could get it to me. If y'all can't, I could try to pull it up really quickly. Let me pull it up. If I ever go outside, then I'm trying to get fucked up. Pass the bottle, pull cups up. If lame niggas would try shit, I'm trying to go get fucked up. Hold on, let me sign into this Discord really quickly. Party like a rock star. I got it right here. Give me 1 second. Let me just general chat. Copy the link. Okay. Hold on, y'all. I'm coming back. All right, boom. All right. There you go. That's the link right there. So y'all join up. I'm trying to figure out what is the significance. Let me ask Gemini, what's the significance? What is the significance from the 13 zodiac chart that it goes from fire, earth, air, water, fire, earth, air, water, ether, fire, earth, air, water. And those represents Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Ophiuchus, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Ooh. Okay, remember, all right, so basically what it's saying is numerology again. It brings this concept of numerology. So it basically talks about the divine sequence. This is the law of three. The pattern you mentioned breaks the 13 signs into 3 district groups of 4, plus the 13th omega point. In ancient systems, this represents physical, mental, and spiritual stages of life. The first cycle, Aries to Cancer, the physical phase, developing the self, the body, and the immediate emotional home. The second cycle, Leo to Scorpio, this is the mental, the social phase, developing the creative expression, service, relationships, and deep psychological transformation. The third cycle is the Sagittarius to Pisces. This is the spiritual phase, developing higher wisdom, public legacy, humanitarian ideas, and a universal connection. The role ether is the omega. In the specific sequence, omega is associated with the 13th sign Ophiuchus. It acts as the bridge or the ether element. Ether is the 5th element. While fire, earth, air, and water govern the material world, ether represents the soul or the space between atoms. The omega point position between the second and third cycles, it represents a reset or a quantum leap. The moment where a soul stops focusing on the ego and starts focusing on the divine. It is the healer or the serpent bearer energy that allows the transition into higher wisdom of Sagittarius. Okay, and what this means for my birthday, January 17th, I sit at the very potent junction at the 13th sign logic. In the traditional tropical system, I am a Capricorn Earth, but many 13 sign sidereal systems, I shift back into a Sagittarius. Okay, that's interesting. When a family shares a sign in this specific system, the significance is that you are all anchored in the same harmonic frequency. If you are all Sagittarius fire, your family, the seekers, are meant to explore the truth to break through together. If we are all Capricorns, you are the family of builders meant to establish lasting ancestral legacy or divine law. Oh my God, y'all. Y'all, remember I was just telling y'all, the reason why we must divide into groups is because the more people we all connect to, like for instance, if I had a group call with all Aries and I went mute, I put the topics and I basically created a blueprint and let y'all speak the entire time and let y'all talk to each other the entire time. Y'all will all harness that Aries energy quicker and faster. The more people that are, the more energy there is to frequency and vibrate on. Right. Does anyone know if Nicole has a Zoom today? I emailed her, but I haven't gotten a response. I'll text Nicole right now and let her know that you emailed her. Hold on. I'll text her on TikTok. I don't even know where I see her name. EJ, no BS. You got homework to lock in on it and set the structure for us This shit's serious. I feel it. I know it is serious, and I like everything I've been trying to do. I've been trying to make it fun because I know how it is. Like I know how it is. I got ADHD and really bad ADHD. I don't like to sit there and listen to people. Like I like people who are funny. I like people who are condescending. I like people who like are slick with the tongue. You feel me? So I just make my content based off of what I know I will sit there and watch. You know what I'm saying? Now that I start to see it's more effective, little do we know that we're learning so much and you don't even know it. Anytime I let you guys know something, I know at least one person is telling another person, and so on and so forth. We don't even know how me letting you know, speaking the truth, we're passing the truth, we're passing the frequencies, whether it's a comedic way, whether most of the times my videos go viral because of the jokes that I make. 9 times out of 10, I started to realize that I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm not gonna force the joke, but like, you feel me? I'm still gonna be myself. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's little do you know, our ADHD makes us even more powerful beings. It's not a hindrance. It's actually because that's any mental disabilities is not a disabilities. Remember, everything is flipped. Whatever is seen as negative is actually positive. You know what I'm saying? That group exactly is going to create something big. I'm working on it, man. I'm starting. Give me till next week, and I have everything figured out and set up. I'm gonna be like, everybody divide by their groups. This is where you're gonna join your group chat. These are your bitches for the rest of the year. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry. Like, but what I'm doing is, when I open this up, I want to have everything set, meaning that there's a step-by-step manual for each of you guys, and your job is to work together as a group to unlock y'all power as one. It won't be for me, because once I involve myself into the equation, I fuck up the frequency. So if you are Aries, I cannot talk to anybody else that's not a Sagittarius. We're gonna do this by stages. The first stage is gonna be mastering what we actually are, not what you were told you are, what we actually are. The second stage is going to be sign compatibility. Who you're most compatible with and why you need to start attaching yourself to people, whether it's online, whether it's real life, to people and help. If they're not woken up, wake them up. Your job is to wake them up. Whoever is the most smartest person when it comes to this shit, your job is always to wake up the other person, because we are live in unity. The third point is going to be rising. Our risings, I don't even want to focus on that, because you should not be focused on your rising if you haven't even harnessed this yet. You need to, your compatibility will energize your specific sign. Then you will focus on your rising, because your rising will be your bridge. That will be the power that you next unlock. You feel what I'm saying? There's stages to this. So we would need an Ophius in every group, you think. That's smart. That's smart. Because what I'm really challenging myself with is, do I need an Ophius in every group, or do I need a March 20th in every group? Do I need an Ophiuchus in every group, or do I need a March 20th in every group? Because if this is where we're emitting our 0 point energy, though, you feel what I'm saying? Maybe both. We're going to have to talk about this. That's cool. I like that. Let's figure this out really quickly. Let's go through this. I feel like this will help us a lot to figure this out. So we last left off the grounder. I need some water. It's like double activation. Yes. So but my thing is, my only concern would be this. Hold on. My only concern would be this. Think of it as, I don't know what analogy I could think of right now, but I'm just going to break it down like this. For every Ophiuchus and March 20th, they would have to stay in the group. You can't have an Ophiuchus that's jumping through frequencies. The reason why is because the Ophiuchus is quite literally the weakest sign, because it's the sign that was hidden from us. It's the most powerful sign, but it takes the most work to master. So if you're bouncing around the frequencies, not only are you not learning the power of yours, you're also messing up the power of everybody else's. Because if you are an Ophiuchus from the Aries, and you then just one day decide to jump into the Ophiuchus of Leo, you're turning into an energy you haven't even harnessed yet. You need to slow down, which is why it's like the Ophic. I'll have the Ophic. Maybe let's integrate it slowly. You feel what I'm saying? The only person at first that would be in there, I would say, is the March 20th, because they're the 0 point energy. They are the ones that can able to tap into all of the energies. You feel me? The March 20th needs to be the ones that are bouncing back and forth, because they're the ones that reset the energy. They're the ones that take chaos and turn it into peace. They are the transmuters. They are the cleansers, the air purifiers. They cleanse the air, cleanse the frequency. Those are the ones that can jump back and forth. Ophiuchus is the gatekeeper. So Ophiuchus would be an injustice for all of these others, for the Ophiuchus to bounce around, because the Ophiuchus is the weakest sign, because it takes the most to learn, takes the most to harness. It's the past the matrix. Us as human beings, we have been forced to live in the realm of below 12 and below. We have not been forced to know the 13th floor, the 13 past the matrix. You know what I'm saying? So in ideally, at first, we would have all the Ophiuchuses once here together. Now, essentially, the Ophiuchuses should have two chats, one for themselves and one with everybody else in it as well, because they are the space in which everybody else lives in. So if everybody's in their chat, right? But then wouldn't that defeat the purpose? Because if the Aries are in their frequency, right, and then they just decide to come over to the Ophiuchus chat where everybody else is in, or should it be Ophiuchus has their own chats with every single sign, but then that would defeat the purpose, and then it would just go back to the regular one. Right, like we got to get our own balance first. I would say, because of what I researched as well, it's completely different when even honing what is Ophiuchus has. Because hold on, let's go through. So the Ophiuchus, let me tell you why the Ophiuchus alignment is the most powerful alignment. Because the Ophiuchus alignment, your DNA uncoils during this alignment. The Ophiuchus points towards the center of the galaxy during the alignment, which is let me show y'all. During the constellation, which is this. Let me show y'all. Let me go to it. During this point of November, this is going to put us at, what is this going to put us at? During November 23rd and December 18th, during this time period, the Ophiuchus alignment points directly towards the center of the galaxy. This is when your DNA uncoils, not just the Ophiuchus themselves, but every single other sign. So during this period, I got it. The Ophiuchuses would only talk to the other ones during their alignment, because that's when everybody else DNA uncoils. That's when they would be most useful. So you would harvest your energy throughout the other time. You would learn and master your Ophiuchus energy. But then when your alignment comes and everybody's DNA uncoils, that's when you start feeding and you start waking it up. That's when your energy is most useful and you energize the frequencies and the knowledge of everybody else. That's when we will all come together as a chat and speak. Now, look. During the Ophiuchus alignment, we are receiving energy not from the sun. Remember, us as black people, us as brown people, we are descendants of the sun. But during this time period, there is no sun, because it's going through an alignment where I think it's going behind something. Something happens. Let me write it. What did I put it? Hold on. I wrote this down somewhere. I wrote this down somewhere. Okay, here we go. I think it's right here. Okay. The constellation of Ophiuchus sits directly over the center of the Milky Way galaxy. When the sun passes through Ophiuchus, it aligns with the black hole at the center of our universe. So that means during November 23rd and December 18th, the sun passes through the Ophiuchus alignment to align itself with the black hole. So what does that mean? We are not receiving energy from the sun, but we are receiving energy from the black hole at the center of the galaxy. This high frequency burns away the density of of the veil. Why does that say? Because, hold on. I wrote this down. I'm trying to figure out. This is what happens when my ADHD is all over the place. I really want to search this. Oh, here we go. During Ophiuchus, the veil is the thinnest because the sun is passing through the serpent barrier. The magnetic field weakens between dimensions, allowing the serpent barrier and the frequencies to flow easier. That's when the veil is the thinnest. So that means based on this, when the sun passes and aligns with the black hole, the high frequency that burns away the density of the veil because we have a high amount of energy flowing through it. So that means the 13th sign is the window, would be that 13th sign window. So between November 23rd and December 18th will be the best time to speak to our ancestors. So which is why the Ophiuchus sign would align itself with the rest of the things, because guess what? All year we've been harnessing our individual's powers, but during our ether sign, during the ether time period, which is the gatekeeper, the space in which we all live, they are the 13 key past the matrix. 12 is past the matrix, the bridge between the real world and the spirit realm. So we would all use our power. That means the Ophiuchus would be present. But guess what? During our time period, during November 23rd, matter of fact, that's what I need to do. I need to get a group of people from each one of these things and bring them together during this Ophiuchus time period to test this theory. That's what the fuck I need to do. And everybody needs to have their crystals, their copper. That's what the fuck I need to do to test this theory. Nigga, if we're going to be scientists, we got to be fucking scientists. If you're going to break the veil, we got to completely break the veil. We got to completely break the veil. You have to try. If one person sees it and you feel it, once you make it, once you prove it to be true, it can happen. So that's what I'm going to work on to do. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to make sure that's my big project for November. We're going to do that. Oh, yeah, we're going to do that. So, for instance, let's talk about this. So, during Ophiuchus alignment, that is when the veil is the thinnest. If they are the gatekeepers, all they have to do is stand present. And what? Let's see who remembers. What all we have to do? The Ophiuchus sign has to be in pure darkness. That means every other sign has to be in darkness as well, because the gatekeeper is what the energy is surrounding around. So when the lights are off and in complete silence, what we're doing is we're going to put the Ophiuchus in the middle. We're going to use numerology to determine how many people, based on how many people, I'm going to do that too, based on how many people are there to break the veil. How many Ophiucuses do we need per person for them to go to the veil? So like, for instance, for every one Ophiuchus, we need 3. Matter of fact, that's what we should do. For every four signs, for every fire, earth, air, water, there needs to be an Ophiuchus. So we put 4 Ophiucuses in the middle. Let me show you what I'm thinking. Let me show you what the fuck I'm thinking. Oh my God. Let me show you what the fuck I'm thinking. Because I'm about to blow your mind when I put this to paper. I'm about to blow your mind. No shade. Where are my papers? Where my marker? I'm about to blow your mind real quick. So boom, here's what's gonna happen. So if this whole idea of how we're gonna set up the spiritual, because what our ancestors did, we set up spiritual barriers, we did rituals. We are what we put energy into, time into. So let's put energy and time to creating a ritual to break the veil. Oh my God, I feel like I'm doing some legal shit right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our Ophiucuses in the middle for every 4 signs. For every 4 signs, which we have, which we know that because fire, air, earth, air, water. For every 4 signs, we're going to give 1 Ophiuchus, because we don't want to power the gate with too many Ophiucuses, because they are the transmuters. We only want to have enough for everybody. If Ophiuchus is the space in which we all live in, which all the elements live in this, according to this diagram, if there are 4 elements and Ophiuchus is the ether sign, we're going to go by signs. Hold on, let me lower it. We're going to go by signs. You see there's 1 ether for every 4 elements. So what I'm going to do is we got 4 people in the middle, right? We got 4 people in the middle. Those are the 4. Those are the. Damn, I need a pen. I need a pen. Give me a fucking pen. Hold on. Let me get a pen. Let me get a pen. Let me get a pen. Let me get a pen so I can cook up real quick. Let me get a pen. Let me get a pen. We getting details. We getting juicy. We getting juicy. We getting juicy. All right. I got my pens. So this we're gonna our ophiuchuses. Right? Dude, stay up. Don't play right now. We're not playing no games. Right? Those are our ophiuchuses. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do it in the order of the 13 zodiac chart. Y'all, I feel like I'm breaking some really crazy shit right now. No funny. I really feel like I'm doing some crazy shit right now. We're gonna do it according to our ancestral calendar. So the placement matters. Let me look at how the moon travels the earth, because the placement matters. How does the moon travel through its lunar phases? What are the directions? It goes from west to east. So if we got, let me put this in a corner. North, south, east, west, right? Hold on. That's not north, south, east, west. Girl, stay up there. What are you doing? Stop fucking shit up, bro. North, south, east, west. That means we're going to have to go west. What does it say? We're going to have to go west to east because that's the orbit. So that means that Aries would be the first fire sign and we would start off west. Is there any other alignment that you guys could think is possible, that is plausible? Because if we build in this ritual to break the veil, it has to be intricate. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! There's 2 ways we could do this. Look. There's 2 ways we could do this. Either we put a 0 point person, there has to be a 0 point person in the middle. It just has to be, because that's the energy, right? Right? That's the energy. It has to be a 0 point person in the middle. But because there are multiple signs, it would make sense for between it. Would it make sense between every single person? There would be, so for instance, between an Aries and a Taurus, a 0 point energy. Between a Gemini and a Cancer, 0 point energy. There's multiple ways we could do this, actually. There is actually multiple ways we could do this. And I actually want to test every single way. So let me go ahead and get another sheet of paper. Been some white guys with headphones circling me and tried to ask me what my name was yesterday. And mind you, I was on a Zoom with Nicole and my computer starts speaking. That's scary. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Oh my God, don't scare me now, child. I don't give a fuck. We got to break this veil. Listen, I always told myself I give myself up for a cause. So if this is the end of it, so be it. Y'all remember my face, man. Make sure y'all build me a statue. And make sure y'all get my nose property right. I don't need my statue nose broken. I'm not playing no games. If you bitches got me out here looking crazy, it will be a problem. Like, no shade. I'm not playing. No shade. Make sure you get the tattoo. I want the tattoo there. It gotta be flawless. All right, boom. Now there's multiple ways that we could do this. Let's set this back up. I won't claim that. You're right. Don't claim that energy. Let's search this up. So boom, that's the first alignment. We have 4 ophiuchuses for every element. That has to be the base. It has to be the base. 4 ophiuchuses for every element, and the base has to be, there has to be a 0 point person in the middle, right? Now, we can either do this 2 ways. The first way is going to be through the zodiac chart, or what if we do it on multiple layers and make it stronger? We can either do between, it will go from Aries, east to west, right? So we're going Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. Will we put another Ophiuchus there? That's the question. That's the question, because we already have 4. So to add a 5th one, yes, we would put another Ophiuchus there, because the Ophiuchus there, because you got to think about it like this. Even though we're connecting through frequencies, the Ophiuchuses have, see, what I'm thinking is this. Let me show y'all a quick diagram. Let me show y'all a quick diagram. We basically talking about like a way to break the veil, like a ritual to break the veil. So what the quick diagram would be this, right? We are mimicking a planet's orbitation. So these would be the Ophiuchuses, right? These would be the Ophiuchuses, all these X's. This will be the 0-point energy. This will be the 0-point person. Now, in between each person, so it would be, the Ophiuchus would be right here as well. Hold on. The reason why I put it like this is because this will ideally be in the middle, right? The Ophiuchus, even though they are the gatekeepers, they are also the transmuters as well. So if we're all holding hands, the inside circle is not holding hands. The energy is getting more powerful towards the inside of the circle. But in order to connect each side of each line, so it would end up having to be 3 circles, because it will be 3 different alignments. The first alignment would be through the zodiac 13 signs, from Aries to Pisces. The second alignment would be based off of your the second alignment would be based off of your category. So this could be fire, for instance. This could be earth, for instance. This could be air, for instance. This could be water. Now, the last sign would be your moon phase. What do y'all think of that? So the moon phase would be the outside layer. Your moon phase, remember what we was talking about, that your moon phase, your day 28 will be the outside layer. What is the veil? The veil is basically the barrier between the spiritual and the physical realm. Like what we really trying to break. We're trying to break so basically we've been placed in a matrix. They've controlled our energy. They've controlled our ancestors. They have put, think of it as a dam. We used to be a river that flows. You know why? Because our bodies are made up of 70% water. Water holds memory and water flows. Water is feminine energy. Every single human has feminine energy towards them. Why do you think that? Towards now, the X gene, the XY gene, which makes a male, is decreasing because it is reverting back to what it originally once was. Water. Water is feminine energy. The female is the divine creator. So the barrier between that is that the veil is basically what they placed between the spiritual realm, which is our ancestors, those that passed on before us, that have the answers to our life paths, and the ones that, and now post them changing everything and collecting that energy. We don't have, you got to understand, our ancestors used to go back and forth to the spiritual realm like every day. Like all the time, like consistently. They used to travel back and forth. Now we don't even think that shit is possible after hundreds of years. That's because of the veil and them taking control of it. So once we finally break the veil, we will learn physically, like it will literally download into ourselves how to revert back into what we once were. Exactly. Some Avatar shit. Or some Avatar shit. Did you like the first episode of Dear Black People? I hope y'all did, man. I hope y'all did. I hope y'all did, man. I hope y'all did. But let's fix this right really quickly. So right here we're going based off of the zodiac chart, starting with Aries. I'm honestly thinking Aries should be at the top. No. Aries should be at the top because Aries is the first year. So it should go from west to east. So it should be Aries at the top. What's halfway?
Aries at the top. I don't know. I'm a little lost right now. I need some time to figure this out. Although, make sure to turn your voice audio up over the sound effects. I know that's one thing I'm gonna work on. I'm gonna work on that. Like I was trying to add my original sound, but it won't let me import it. How do you figure out the moon phase again? Are we all day 28? No. So how you figure out your moon phase is. Sorry, it's a lot of papers. I'll be taking this shit mad seriously. Here we go. How we figure out the moon phase is this. You will calculate, you will go from March 21st. Why? Because March 20th is the day without time. March 21st is the first day of the year. March 20th is day without time. There is no 0 point energy. 0 point energy floods the earth. That means March 21st. Between March 20th and March 21st, those are the days where ether, the fifth element, the spiritual essence, is the most high. So you will find your moon day, and your moon day, your dark moon day, your day 28 is basically the no light in the sky for you. That is when your third eye is most powerful, and you can literally connect through your ancestors highest through your day 28. So what you're going to do is you're going to go from March 21st, and you're going to count how many, ask Siri, like for instance, hey Siri, how many days is it until March 21st to January 17th?
It's 46 days until then.
Girl, no, it's not. It's really not. Hey Siri, how many days is it until, hey Siri, how many days is it until March 21st to January 17, 2027?
It's 46 days until then.
Why is she lying? She lying. But anyways, she's lying. I don't know why she's doing that shit, but it's 302 days. So you would do 302, however many days you get, and you divide it by 28, the day 28, because the day 28 represents the dark moon. Also, research what the number 28 represents. So you're going to do 302, the amount of days until your birthday from March 21st, the first day of the year. And you're going to go divide it by 28, and you're going to get whatever number you have. You're going to get a decimal. If it's 5 or up, you're going to round up. If it's 4 or below, you're going to round down. So for instance, I got 10.7, so I'm going to round up to 11. I'm in the 11th month. That is the last quarter of the year, because between 15 and 22, that's 11. 11 being me, and then you're going to figure out what your day is. You between day 1, but anything between 1 and 8 is a new moon. Anything 8 through 15, first moon. 15 to 22, full moon. 22 to and beyond, that's last quarter, I believe. I believe that's the last quarter, exactly. The releasement of banishment energy. So because I'm a day 22 and my number is 11, I believe, that would make me day 22, I guess. I don't know. I gotta figure this shit out. I'm sorry, I'm having a brain fart. I'm hot. I ain't gonna lie. But the next time I come on here, I'm gonna take a little break, recuperate myself, cool off a little bit. But when I come back, we're gonna figure out, we're gonna design this ritual, and we're gonna do this during Thanksgiving. Right, I did a lot this live. I'm gonna save it for y'all because, like, you feel me? I think I'm gonna start, like, I should start just doing my YouTube videos like this. This is way more fun to me than just editing. I don't give a fuck to edit, quite frankly. Like, I'll just post this shit like this, like, for real. But what I really am gonna do is that I'm gonna sit there and I'm gonna think about this. I'm gonna think about what would make sense to do a spiritual ritual to break the veil and make a tremendous crack. I'm going to talk to some of y'all. I want some of y'all to help me with this. Everything you took notes on, reach out to me. Email in my bio. Reach out to me. I don't got no emails. The only thing that email me is brands. So I'll be able to see if it's like I can help more people through my bio, which is why I tell people don't DM me, because I can't see anything. Like they be fucking up my shit. Use the Discord. Exactly. You can also use the Discord too as well. And I'll text y'all in the Discord, and we could talk about this. We could plan this in the Discord as well. I want to hear some of y'all thoughts. I could probably do a private Discord later, right before I hop back on here, to hear some of y'all thoughts. Try to give me a simulation of what you think would work. That's what I want to know. What's the simulation that you think we would work to do this? We already know the time period we're going to do this in, and then we're going to create a bunch of rough drafts.
And then we're going to use this big paper to bring the idea to life. I love y'all. I appreciate you guys. Y'all are really so amazing. Y'all, like, I started this live, I was mad as fuck, and then I started talking about this shit, and I was smiley all ears. I appreciate every single one of you. Every single one of you are important. Y'all are beautiful people, and let's break this motherfucking veil. I'm tired of living like this, man. I want some superpowers. Tell me what it is. But I'll be on here later. I appreciate you guys, and y'all take care. Okay. Wait, let me make sure that when I end this, will it save? I ain't never did this before. Will it save? Share screen. Oh, I can share my screen on this motherfucker. I didn't know that. Oh, it's about to be lit next episode. What? Because then I could put shit on the screen, and that's gonna be even better. I could draw shit, and I could do it digitally. All right. Watch the shit I watch. I'm about to be big on YouTube next. What is we talking? Okay, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all amazing. Y'all take care, okay? If you stop your end stream, we'll no longer be live. Okay.